Hi everyone. In this tutorial, we're going to look at the motor and mobility features that Apple has for accessibility. And so we're using a Mac because I have a MacBook Pro, which is what I'm using right now. And my school also has MacBook Airs for students to use throughout the day. And a lot of our students have Apple products ranging from the iPhone, iPads, and even Apple Watches. So we as a school are kind of more Apple friendly. So I'm going to do this tutorial on an Apple. Like in my other tutorials, if your system preferences is not here in your menu, you need to come to Launchpad and then go to your system preferences. We're then going to go into accessibility. And within accessibility, we've got our vision accessibility, we've got our hearing, and now we're going to work in our motor. So the first one we're going to look at is a voice control. So voice control actually allows users to edit text and interact with the computer by speaking to it. So if you enable voice control, what's going to happen is you can actually tell the computer what you want to find, if you want to edit anything, really just commanding your computer to do what you need it to. So if you actually go to the Apple website and you look up accessibility, you can read through it, and commands like click, swipe, and tap can really help you interact with your favorite apps. You can even drag and zoom by talking to your computer. So voice control offers a more efficient way to write and edit. And so an example would be you could say happy birthday and the computer could actually write that out for you and then send it to whoever you needed to. So our next one is going to be the keyboard, different accessibility for the keyboard. So what happens is you can actually allow what's called a sticky key to occur, and this allows different modifier keys to be set without having to actually hold that key down. So if you need a key to be held down but you really can't hold it down, you can actually enable this so that it's going to hold that key down for you, but really you're not having to hold it. What I really like about this accessibility is you can enable other keyboards. You can use different keyboards that can interact with a Mac, that so you don't have to use the specific Mac keyboard. Meaning if you need to use a Braille keyboard, that's available for you and you can actually sync it to a Mac. Now, pointer control, you can change the double click speed, how fast it's going to occur. You can also do the spring load delay. So if you've ever listened to a Mac, you can actually hear it click, so you can change that spring loading delay as well. You can also ignore the built-in trackpad, and some people just don't like the trackpad, but you might need to ignore the trackpad. So what's even awesome is you can enable mouse keys, allows the pointer to be controlled using the keyboard or number pad. So really instead of using this trackpad, you can set your computer up to use your keyboard or your keypad as your mouse. You can actually enable your Mac to have you go with your facial expressions. So this actually says allows a switch or facial expression to be used in place of the mouse button. You can also enable a head pointer, allows the pointer to be controlled by the movement of your head. So Mac has it to where you don't even have to touch your trackpad if you physically can't. You can set it up to it looking at your head or using a facial expression to point and click on your computer. And our last motor option is the switch control. So switch control is going to allow the computer to be controlled by using one or more switches. So this can be a different mouse, like a joystick. It can be a different keyboard, a gamepad button, or dedicated devices. So one thing that you can use is if you are a big fan of Apple products and you have an iPad as well, or even an iPhone or a watch, you can set it up to where you can actually control your computer by using your other Apple products. So you can be typing or writing on your iPad, and it will actually control the computer screen itself. So you can also change the typing, show current text in the keyboard panel. You can work with your switches right here, and then also work with navigation, how you want everything to be navigated on your computer. So general is just telling you what you can do and how we can set it up, and then we can go into more advanced settings of the typing, the type of switching you have, and different navigations. So this is just a brief overview of what the accessibilities have to offer with Apple. So with the motor specifically, the motor functions, I highly recommend going to apple.com and looking at the accessibility website. They have tons of information for you, and even how to set up different accessibilities on your iPhone, iPad, your Mac, even an iPod Touch or your watch. They can tell you how to set all of this up on the website. But this is great for teachers to know that this is available on their Mac, and that they can even set it up on theirs if you need to. Or you can be able to show your students how to reach these accessibilities on their own computer. I hope you learned something from this tutorial, and I recommend looking at my website and looking at all the resources that are available for you there as well. Thank you.